In this video, I wanna show you how to play the Noxus comp in TFT Set 9. So basically, there's two ways to go about it. Either you play the Noxus, Darius and Katarina, so the 3 cost reroll comp, or you go for the 1 cost reroll, so Cassiopeia and Samira. And you basically use slow roll until you 3-star these two units, and then you level up and fit in more Noxus units. So basically, if you wanna play this variant, you need a lot of tiers, right? Because both their BIS is a blue buff. So it's basically because they have so low, mana pool. And their abilities like stack when they hit the same target. Samira just removes their armor. Cassiopeia does a bit more damage after their first E, I believe. It's like when they already burned or got the anti-heal on them. She does like more damage. And for the itemization, other than the blue buff, is basically go any, flat damage item. So on Samira, Infinitage, Giant Slayer, Deathblade, all are gonna be very good, right? And Cassiopeia, any flat AP damage, such as Jewel Gauntlet, Giant Slayer, and Death Cap. Those are gonna be like the best. Other than that, if you don't hit the flat AP like Archangel and that, you can also go like Gunblade. This gives you a bit more frontline with all that healing as well. And for the normal Noxus comp, instead of slow rolling at low levels, you go to level 7 or 6, and then you roll down for 3-star Darius and the 3-star Katarina. The itemization is a bit different here. So the BIS for Katarina, it's like a Hodge with a UL Gauntlet, I would say, because it's a nice crit combo. And then, Ionic Spark is like goated on her. It removes everyone's, magic resist, and she's always on the unit, so it just makes her do a lot of damage. And for Darius, I guess it's a bit more flexible. Titans is very nice, as well as Bloodthirster. And then just a random last AD item, right? So what I would do is basically, if I get a lot of Samiras, a lot of Cassios in the early game, I might consider going for the 1 cost reroll, or if I got a lot of, tiers. But if you don't have the tiers, then it's probably better to just go for the normal 3 cost rerolls, because they are just better units than a 1 cost, right? But for example, if you hit Pandora's Bench or Pandora's items, this comp just becomes so good because you automatically just get BIS items on both Cassio and Samira, and once you have all the items on them, you can just start building the Darius and Katarina items, because that's kind of where this comp falls off. It's when you carry Katarina and Darius, you basically put all the items on them. And then the rest of your items are kind of wasted, because Darius and Katarina is basically your entire team. So the only thing you can really build is a Sunfire, or yeah, you get the deal. So this is what I think is the best part about the 1 cost comp, is that you can just itemize both the 1 cost and then you move on to the 3 cost as well. So it scales a lot better in that sense. So I feel like if you're going for the 1 cost reroll variant, then augments like golden ticket, econ augments, reroll augments, they are a bit better because you have a lot of units you can 3-star, because you don't only have to go for the 1 cost, right? But on the other hand, if you go for 3 cost Darius and 3 cost Katarina, you're at level 7. You're really not gonna 3-star a bunch of other units. I mean, maybe you go for Swain or Kled if you hit it randomly, but it's kind of a waste going for econ augment or a reroll augment when you're playing Katarina and Darius, because you hit the 3-stars and then basically that's it, you don't get stronger. So you might as well go for combat augment, tons of stats here, because sure, I might hit my 3-stars a bit later, but when I get a higher cap Because when I hit the 3 stars, I have this combat augment instead of a dead, you know, econ or reroll augment, if that makes sense. Because I feel like you really need the ways to make the Darius and Katarina stronger. And, you know, you get 3 items, that's it, you know. You get the Noxus trait, so having an augment just makes them infinitely more stronger. Well, that's at least my take on it. Because I feel like once I've taken like econ augments when I'm playing this comp, I feel like I hit a very nice power spike, I hit the 3 stars, but then at the late game, I just don't have enough to bring at the table. You know, other people, perhaps they like level up to 8, 9, whatever, they get some better units. Meanwhile, I'm stuck here with, you know, the normal Noxus units. And you need the kind of that push over the edge to make them really pop off. Because, yeah, the trait and 3 items isn't always enough, you know? Especially if you're, like, going against in the, like, higher ranks. Then, you know, it's gonna be tougher matchups, you know? But onto this game, honestly, this is just a banger. You guys will see soon enough the power of 3 combat augments. I did some crazy shenanigans here to make this Darius a really giga shad. You will see soon enough, guys. So right now we're chilling, trying to get some, you know, early Noxus stacks, as well as just, you know, controlling our economy, trying to get as much gold as possible to, you know, slow level up, hit some power spikes, and then you start slow rolling for the free costs. And oh, I got really lucky here. You see 2 Darius, so boom, a 2-star right there. So we don't even have to like roll to stabilize or anything like that. We're gonna be strong enough with this Darius. Good items. We got the pretty good traits as well. This is a decent opening. So boom, there we have it. So double trouble is a bit awkward in this comp, right? Because you need to fit the 6 Noxus. But like the other augments, I couldn't take them. They were pretty trash. So it's like, if I reroll that, the double trouble augment, and I get something really trash, I literally have nothing to pick, you know. So I had to pick double trouble here. And it's like, of course, double trouble Darius Katarina is not bad, don't get me wrong. But it's like, I need to fit the 6 Noxus as well as 2 extra units. So I need to get to level 8, right? So my plan is basically we go to 7 as usual, we hit our 3 stars, then I'm just power leveling up to 8, and that's my entire game. So I got a pretty easy game in front of me. So now it's just up to, do we hit the units or do we not? We'll see soon enough, I guess. Just gonna pick up a UL gauntlet here, not too shabby. Don't mind if I do. And yeah. We are already pretty strong here. We're at a 6 win streak, so that makes our game a lot easier since we have a lot of HP to play with. Because there's gonna come a point when I get, you know, a bit outscaled, right? When people start upgrading their board and I'm just slow rolling for my 3 stars. So I'm really happy with us winning a bit here. Let's see if this Darius can pop it off. Look at this Giga Shad right here. Not even close, baby. Boom, the Dunk Master himself. So on to the Wolves. What am I looking for? I mean, basically, we just want to finish the items on Darius and Katarina, right? I kind of wonder, I'm not sure about this. Like, I could take your guys' takes on this. Do you think it's worth putting like items on, you know, the second copy of a double trouble unit? Because they will never get 3-starred, but it's still like a 6 Noxus double trouble unit. Is that like better than just itemizing a random 4 cost? Or should I just itemize the second Darius and the second Katarina as well? I'm not sure about that. Boom, there we go. Darius literally 1v9, and yeah, I don't even have to look at all the augments. It's just the total domination. Like, yeah, this is just broken. Literally the best thing we could have gotten. Like, I don't think there's a single augment I would have taken over this one. Yeah, so pretty happy about that. And we're still so healthy, so I can just stay above 50 gold. no need to roll, right? We can greed it out, risk it for the biscuit. So since I was a bit unsure if I should like itemize my second Darius and Katarina, whatever, I decided to just build like items that you know, bring value outside of the champion. So like a Sunfire on a second Darius, I feel like that's a nice choice, right? Because he gets the double trouble stats, and we don't have to commit to building him like AD if it's shit, but we at least have like an item that just burns the enemies, applies value in that way. So I feel like that was a pretty decent call, right? Because imagine if I just itemize my second Darius and it's so trash, then I'm like screwed, you know? So I decided to just go for like Sunfire and that stuff. So I'm actually just down for this Darius, honestly. It's not bad just getting him, but yeah, didn't get it. Feels bad. So we're just gonna take that rod right there. It's gonna be a spark, literally one of the best cat items. So don't mind if I do. So not much happening here, just keeping the slow roll going. And since we're so rich, I might as well hold like Kled and Swain. It's like, if you're in a bit of a more tight spot, you know, you don't have a lot of gold, you should probably not go for like a 3-star Kled if it means you're at like a really low chance of hitting the Darius and Katarina. But if you are really rich, like I am here, you can greed it out and go for the Kled 3-star as well. But if you are in a tight spot, if holding Kled, upgrading Kled means you're at a lower chance of hitting Katarina and the Darius, then it's just not worth it, because yeah, the risk is too big, right? Compared to the reward. And ooh, this yeah, this looks just destroyed us. Got that Morello on my Darius, kinda just burned him infinite. The Radiant version as well, so yeah, that was a bit unlucky. Or bad positioning by me, even. Maybe that's the right word for it. Not unlucky, just me hinting. So a lot of blues here. I mean, blue buff is good on Samira and Cassia, right? But yeah, it's not worth it if they're 2-starred. That's just not worth it, right? But if I were going for 3-star of them, then it of course would be worth. But like here, it's just such a waste, right? So we're just gonna build the Archangel, it's fine, and then we're just gonna put the Sunfire on Swain. I think I should have put it on the Darius. I think I switched it later. Because Darius, he is just more tanky, stays alive longer, so the second Darius clone is just gonna get more value from the Sunfire than Swain, right? And ooh, that's a pretty nice shop right there, if I do say so myself. So, boom. The 3-stars are on the board. So yeah, we're never gonna be able to play this Kled, because at level 8 we're gonna need to put in the Katarina, right? So we're just gonna sell the second Kled copy, because if we're playing him, we need to get to level 9, and I feel like even if we get to 9, we're just gonna play a 5 cost instead of Kled, right? Like a Heimer or something like that. So it's just never Kled here. He's just gonna get sold. So here I'm just deciding to start rolling a bit since we're losing. Kinda don't wanna go 8, you know? Yeah, we're so close to hitting her. Just gonna hold the free cost for a bit higher odd of hitting Katarina, since we bring out the other free cost of the pool. A little min-max there. Probably something that doesn't make a lot of diff, but you get maybe like 0.1% higher chance of hitting the Katarina, and I had so much time on my hand, so I might as well do it. But not something you have to do it, just a little min-max there, if you didn't know. It's not worth it, like, if you have to roll for it fast. Like, picking up all the free cost, if you, like, don't have the time to roll. But if you have a lot of time on the round on your hand, might as well do it, right? So here, not a lot to take, right? Just gonna take the Bramble, because we have all our items on Darius and all on Katarina. So, I mean, we're just gonna have to go for a tank item here. not really much else to do, right? So that's kind of the problem of this comp, as I talked about before. As soon as you're itemized the Katarina and Darius, all your other items are kind of awkward. Like, you don't have any units to itemize, so you just build like some pretty wacky items, right? So it gets kind of outscaled, this comp. So I'm thinking maybe with Double Trouble and Total Domination and tons of stats, I might have a chance to secure first place. But I'm still like unsure, because the other players, they're gonna be able to get Heimers, just itemize all their units effectively. So I feel like this comp is more of a like top 4 comp, not a first place comp. Because I mean, this is basically like the highest cap you can get with this board, like augment wise and item wise. Pretty much, right? So if I'm not winning with this, I don't know how you can win with this comp, right? So since there's not a lot of items to or units to itemize, I decided to just go for a Chalice to buff off my Katarina even more. So we're just gonna do everything to try to make our Katarina and Darius a little bit stronger, right? So a little bit more AP on Katarina might go a long way, right? But ooh, this Kassadin is so strong. I feel like every time I take this augment, it doesn't go as planned. But this guy, ooh, maybe he just has the build for it. Kinda makes sense. Double Hodge for crit and healing, and then UL Gauntlet to, you know, crit on the ulti. As well as, you know, Kassadin getting a lot of AP from the augment and all of that. He just does so much damage with those crits, so I don't know, is this like BIS Kassadin build? It might be, honestly. So yeah, we're just gonna reforge that what's it called, belt. And since I'm losing against this guy, I'm just throwing a Hail Mary right here, trying to go for double Zephyr so my Darius get to the back line, but I kind of messed it up, so he got stuck on a unit anyways. So that was kind of a feels bad moment, but it was worth a shot, no? I had to go for the rat play. Ooh, maybe if Darius... Nah, the Bastions are so tanky, look at that. Holy. So basically I feel like the only way we win this is if we hit Zephyr on both Kassadin and, you know, his range carry there. So let's see if we can snipe them. So I sniped the Aphelios, but I didn't get a Kassadin, so... Is it enough? Stunning the Aphelios? That is the question. Thank you guys so much for watching, by the way. If you're new to the channel, sure to subscribe for more TFT content. Just like this video. And if you enjoyed it, leave a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And yeah, peace out everybody. Ciao.